What's up, y'all? This is Tenikca from Hits with the Misses, and today we are discussing all things math loop updates. And trust me, I definitely got some updates. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Okay, the title of this video probably should be called James and I Can Do What We Want, and that's our business because we homeschool. But for the sake of consistency and SEO, because that matters, we are going to call this Math Loop Updates. So go ahead, before I get down into the nitty gritty, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. And that way, as I'm sharing more updates, more about what we do, you can get a notification and it'll, set an alarm. And then you'll see more of me. I can hang with more of you and we'll be BFFs. Like, it's that simple. Okay, let's journey through the past 3 months. I recorded the video. I was so excited. Math was going to be a breeze. Felt good. Woo! Then, in between me recording the video and writing the blog post, James, in all of his greatness, comes to me and is like, we're celebrating all that he's accomplished, all that we've got done in 2020. And he's like, yeah, I did a lot. I'm glad. I'm excited about next year because I won't have to do Matthew C. I'm sorry, sir. Record scratch, full stop. What? What do you mean? He was like, yeah, I just really don't like it. And I was like, Demi learning has been nothing but good and kind to us, sir. I don't understand. And we do our best to consciously practice conscious parenting. And before y'all exit this video because you think I'm some wacko, that doesn't mean that they parent or they are the boss. It just means that we treat them like the humans we want to be treated as. And so in that moment, part of me subconsciously was prepared to tell him what's about to take place and how this year is going to roll. The other part of me consciously was like, I think if it were me, I would really want to be heard in this situation. And so I listened, and he was just like, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. And, he just wasn't excited about it. And I mean, how many of us traditional school kids have not been excited about school? Right. I didn't want that. And I was just like, if you look at all of the levels of Matthew C, the next level for James would have been the double-digit addition and subtraction. And I was like, honestly, I feel okay with him learning that from another place. And I think this is a good opportunity for us to maybe explore what else is out there, because he has made so many gains this past year. Let's go ahead and look into it. So while I am kind of having a mini panic attack on the inside, I am cool, calm, and collected on the outside, and we are gonna work through this because full on Enneagram 6 Wing 5 here, guys. All right. So as I'm looking through things, I am reaching out, I hit the interwebs. 2 things happened. One, because again, I was fully prepared for him to start Horizons 1. Level 1. I go through the first book and I'm like, I feel like he knows all of this. There's not going to be a question. So I give him in the level Horizons 1, they have unit test or assessments. I would say they're more so I gave him the last couple of those, and man, he flew through them. So I was like, we don't need that book. And I let him start the second book of Horizons 1 this summer, since we're not doing Matthew C, which was my plan. So I was like, okay, we need the next level of horizons. That I did not feel comfortable with that being our only math, or even like our main math, if you will. So, man, y'all homeschool mamas, y'all stay coming through for me on the blogs and on the YouTube videos and on the Instagram. So a friend told me about Saxon Math. I immediately went to research. There is a great deal of content out there on Saxon Math. I then asked about it in a homeschool group I'm in, and guys, we got the whole set of Saxon 2 for free. I don't know one homeschool mom that doesn't have a budget. Well, that doesn't have a budget when it comes to homeschool curriculum. Like, she may not have a budget in other things, but homeschool curriculum, like, let me tell you, homeschool moms we're working it out. So to get this for free, I was like, yes. Now, going through the first book of this, I was like, I don't know. Because James knows a lot of it. But that's how Saxon works. So it is like, if you think about spiral programs, right? So do what you know, add a little something new. Keep doing what you know, add a little something new. I would say Saxon spirals, like the distance in between the springs, are wider. So you're doing a lot of what you know. Do a little bit more, then add in something new. Like, the distance between is bigger. Because I didn't feel comfortable with that being our spine either. And then I began to fret, have many panic attacks, contemplate sending my child to school because I am not equipped, go to the Lord, center myself, come back, research again. Okay, so trying to figure out how this math loop is going to work, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, how we're going to make it work. I should also add in here, if you don't already know, James loves math. I don't know another way to say it. He loves math. He is always doing it. He always wants to know more things. Math is always at the top of his goals. Like, he loves math. Me? Not so much. I'm glad God made calculators. Okay? So I didn't want to add anything in that would impede that love, right? So I was just like, the goal for me, because y'all know my standards, okay? Goodness, beauty, truth, wonder, right? So I was like, it won't be anything super whitewashed. It will not be anything that's going to have 80,000 manipulators. And it's not going to be anything that is going to impede his love of math. Okay. Then I hit the interwebs again, because the more and more I thought about it, my husband and I talked about it, the more and more I was just like, you know what? I think we need some type of mastery. I should also make note here that because I thought everything was done in my little homeschool budget, I was having fun buying books and, manipulatives. And so I'm like, well, full stop. We got to figure out math here. Okay. So researching, and I remembered this year for Jude that I was thinking about doing Singapore for him, but I just didn't know how it was going to fit in, if he was going to like it. And I was like, well, I never looked at higher levels. I look at it, I look at all these videos, and I fall in love. Not because, it's for me. I fall in love because I really think this is something for James. So while I'm there, I go ahead and look at kindergarten, and Jude comes in while I'm looking at videos, and he is thrilled. Oh, mommy, is that my math? Oh, I'm going to do so great. I'm going to learn so much things. Okay, you know what? And I got the workbook and the work, like, okay, so you see KA, 2A. I also got KB and 2B. So workbook and textbook. Each of these were $12. And so for me, I was just like, that to me is a decent price. It's good. And then all the things that I learned from these awesome mamas sharing all of these things on the interwebs and Horizon and like Singapore itself, excuse me, on their Instagram page, they provide you with flip throughs. They provide you with really good explanations to their approaches. And especially for my kids who require multisensory for success. Like, and I mean success in all fronts. Yes, if I said something, could they repeat it? Sure. Yes, if they, if James wrote something, could he read it? Yeah. But for full comprehension, retaining, and, recitation and application of a concept, multisensory is a must. That's how we roll. So Jude is very, very auditory. Like, he can repeat lots and lots of things. It takes me integrating the other things for it to, like, get all up in here. Okay. So what I love about this is, like, you see these numbers in 3 different ways. It's getting you seeing here, a 5 frame, right? Your intro to graphing over here. Like, it is great stuff. I will also say, if you go on Singapore's website, they have level assessments. And what I love about even the assessment, y'all, is that it's not like, okay, if they can't do this or this amount of points, they should be in this level. It shows you what is introduced in 2A. And if that's not something that they, got through quickly, that's where they should start. And I just think that's a great kickoff to, like, not telling your child what they can't do, but, like, where they can start and have the best success. Okay, so I've showed y'all 3 different things, okay? We got Horizons, which you'll also see in my Amazon Prime Day haul because this was on sale. Horizons 2. Singapore, we got Singapore for Jude and for James, okay? And then Saxon. All right. I know you're probably thinking, you're doing team too much, over the top. Like, if you're like a close friend of mine, you're probably like, here goes Tenikca doing her team too much stuff. This is why we have a loop, friend. Here we go. Are you ready? So for our proposed homeschool rhythm for next year, that I'll share, we are going to be doing some car/park schooling on Tuesday and Wednesday, right? And so my thing was, I still wanted to do math, but this very rarely requires manipulatives for James, like very, very rarely. And I was like, if we're at a park, like, he can use mulch, he can use rocks, like, whatever. And this can also be, like, completed by him in the car. This is why we have this. So this will be car, park, school, jam zone, okay? These 2, Saxon and Singapore, will be our, like, main school day and, like, loop. So what my plan is, because a lot of the Saxon will be review for James, it'll be a confidence boost, and he'll be able to do quite a bit of it independently. I think that'll be a really good start for him in the day. I'll explain why in a second. And then with Singapore, it'll be, so the way they approach things is, like, they don't say that they're mastery. They say that the way that they teach and present things, you kind of master one thing before moving on to the next. Okay. And I think that'll be good for him to kind of understand the process and, like, why we're going to stick with this, why we're going to do this a couple more times, until we are, like, for real, fully all the way 100% mastered this, and then we're going to go on and we're going to try something new and something great. Okay? So I know that was a lot. I know that was hefty. I will link everything down below, hopefully in a blog post. Let's pray I get that done. And all of our reasoning for this. But even for me, I was like, friend, maybe I'm doing too much. But when I looked at it in a loop schedule, I looked at it not in a 3-month time span, but in a however long it takes us to get it done. Because what do I want? Goodness, beauty, truth, wonder. What do I want for my child? For him to, yes, learn new concepts, grow, be able to apply them in different ways. But I never want that true love for math to go away. And if it takes this to sustain that love of math and for me to hear him and be like, all right, we won't use that this year and go back to the drawing board, then that's just what it's going to take for me. So I hope I didn't confuse you too much, and I hope you will stick around because I have a book haul video and a language arts loop update as well. So I will talk to you later. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.